season. Remember, just a freshman.
Yeah. Using a ball screen in that situation to get her space almost anywhere on the court right now is resulting in productivity.
She's got 21 points. We got 7 minutes to go in the third. She averages 16. Oh, finally.
The two-time player of the year in the Missouri Valley Conference has pulled Drake within 2, the number 10 seed. Porter. And the contact to the baseline to put the first 2 points on the board for Iowa as we take a look at today's Capital One starting lineups for Missouri. Sophie Cunningham picking up her 49th career 20-point game back on Friday against...
What a move by Zach.
A&M back up by 1. Final minute of this first quarter. Sweet 16 here in Chicago. Shepard off the ball fake to Turner.
Last 12 points for Buffalo belong to Hemphill. Carey, who's had a great second half, just had that bad turnover. 5-point Buffalo lead. Broughton to Carey, muscling it in.
In the second half.
Made baskets allow Syracuse to do what they love to do, and that's getting in the press. It allows them to take time off of the shot clock for South Dakota State and mix things up a little bit. They go from being in a full court press to a half court zone.
Drummond now with 11 points. A 4-point Syracuse lead. Cut in half by...
So Jessie Loetta showing her...
You've got to get turnovers and you got to get the track meet going at the other end. And I think it would be big if you can get it under 10 because it's just teeter-totter from there. But again, they rise. Just like that, tied up at 32 all. Jessie Loetta silences the...
Kennedy Carter told me before the game she had something special for us. Let's see.
Carter trying to weave her way through the defense. It was a different...
Holding them back.
Second tournament appearance all time for Wright State. The only other in 2014. Kennedy had time to collect. Yeah, she's back.
She head fakes, uses her eyes, and then goes low with that pass. It's really hard to guard, and she gets a perfect angle.
17 career triple-doubles. That's more than any woman or man in the history of the NCAA. Kyle Collinsworth from BYU had 12 over the course of his career, so she has 5 more in her career, including one of the tournament last year. Gainey knocks down the...
Dribbling the ball instead of moving the ball off the pass. The pressure was great. Entry passes were denied.
And Taylor Murray on the bench for Kentucky with 2 fouls. Ryan Howard turns another triple.
Top of the floor, and when she passes it to the wing, she makes a basket cut off a screen.
Now in double figures for the day. 10 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists for Bella Allery. Player of the year in the Ivy League in back-to-back seasons. Roper to Murray. Murray, yes!
In the second, they scored 12. In the third quarter alone, they've scored 24. Stolen by Holmes, like I said, theoretically. Now Holmes and Mississippi State will hold for the final shot. Time winding down. Danbury over the top, and a foul is called with .7 seconds. Mississippi State hoping to get to the Sweet 16 in Portland for the 4th straight year.
They will take on Charlie Turner Thorns, Arizona State Sun Devils, back in the Sweet 16. Espinoza.
No Kennedy Carter, by the way, perhaps for the rest of the half for A&M with the 2 fouls.
I think Gary Blair had a chance to put her in on an offensive possession. Will put her back in.
Off the drive, Wells strong to the rim.
Blair wanted elbow jumpers and layups. Wanted to stay away from the 3 ball. Well, when you do it that
with the finish. Her first bucket of the game.
Another talent that she has is anticipation. You can't teach being an anticipator. She is always reading the eyes of the offensive player, whether they're going to pass or whatever they're thinking, she is reading it, and that's how she gets those steals.
I love watching her play, Blair, just because of her competitiveness. If you isolated her face during a game, man, she is intense out there.
Well, I just remember playing against her, and I would look at her like, do you never get tired? Her motor is constant.
Yes, it is. And, you know, you get surprised. You don't think they're pressing one time, and all of a sudden somebody just turns around and comes back in the passing lane.
Murray, the senior, that's a senior move right there.
Better job of it. They've paid a lot more attention to where Rush and Littlefield are on the weak side of the floor and taken away that three-point shot that they had early in the game.
Which was so lethal. And a big reason why Princeton got out to the lead that they did in the quarter. Jada Roper, nice feed inside.
From the floor for Brown, and then we see 70% for Gustafson, 8 of 8 for her today to start the game, John.
Two of the hottest teams coming into the NCAA tournament in the Greensboro region with Baylor and Iowa off that win again against Maryland in the Big Ten title game. Thompson, who started to pick it up, 8 points on 4 of 7 shooting. That puts her
NCAA championships. After a hot start for Michigan State, they're now 2 of 12. They now kind of can anticipate what the other one is going to do next, and that's really helped them work.
Well, you missed Brianna Turner last year. She was out with the torn ACL, so coming back, and Jessica Shepard was the focus down low, like get her the ball down low all last year. Now you got to figure.
Husband's dealt with some injuries, missed 10 games with a foot injury back in December through January, and coming into this game, she hadn't scored in the last 5.
In the Sweet 16, Charles, first team all Big Ten, and the bank is open.
Her spot is the free throw line elbow. You got to take it away.
Onion Ware with 2 personals, aggressive to the rack. She'll shoot.
Dialed in, and Mimi Jackson, who has come into this tournament shooting very well, hit some shots early. Again, it's that mindset, right? You've got to have a guard. Either Jackson or Westbrook take over.
Lady Vols back in their 2-3 matchup zone. Onion Ware inside, rolls that one home.
She kept that toenail on the ground. UCLA bench in unison. Everyone wanted to travel.
2-point game. Mike Sell now with 7. Dean off the bounce, high off the glass, and kisses that one.
Pulling that ball back out. Resetting your offense.
Bruins led through the first 3 quarters. They're 16-1 when leading after the first 30 minutes this year. That mark in jeopardy. Westbrook off the ball fake. Davis back on the court and connects baseline.
Tennessee
reversal. Smith just putting it right in the pocket. That's the type of threes that Stanford's used to.
Lexi Hole, number 12 in white. Lacey Hole, her twin sister, number 24 in white. The 2 freshmen out of Stanford, California. Now Lacey on the floor.
Yeah, BYU back in the zone. See where Smith's at? A little more on the interior. Working the inside a little bit, then going out.
Hole to Kiana Williams. She's deep, but it doesn't matter.
Points. And Brooke Maryland now in the midst of a 9-0 run going back to the first half to seize control briefly with this 3-point lead.
And the story of the score for UCLA in the first half was all about the offensive rebounds. Maryland couldn't do a whole lot to keep them off the glass. But in the second half, the story has been the energy and effort that Maryland has come out to play with.
I thought that last foul by Myers was some of her inexperience. She wasn't in position to get that rebound, so she has to be aware just to let it go, get back on defense.
Jennings tries to work inside for two.
Doncic and the Mavs, and UFC heavyweight champ Daniel Cormier joins the show to break down Pettis Thompson Sports Center. Midnight Eastern, 9 Pacific on ESPN. Jump shot, a little too easy.
Basket, she has 8 points.
And without Bindu Yaney, who's a sophomore that played a lot last year in their run to the NIT championship and has also played a big role this season, Grace Berger, the freshman, number 34, is in the game.
Thunder and Raptors. I had the game in overtime last night. Now they're playing at Scotiabank Center tonight. Lakers officially facing playoff elimination. All on Sports Center tonight. We've got a tie game.
The hand to get the hands off the basketball from the best player and try and get to the other side where you have numbers.
Durantes, not afraid to shoot it. She's knocked out.
You know what? That's a shot that Carolyn Keeger's okay with.
Yes. You got the green light, use it.
Jones had a good move, baseline, cleans up her miss and puts it back. A battle-hardened Marquette Golden Eagle squad. They had the life scared out of them.
Yeah.
2 days ago against Rice.
Woke them up.
Carter. And one.
Notre Dame, and if we're going to look ahead, I would love to see an Enrique and a Kennedy matchup. Like, that is something that's nice, but it's all in the systems. You can't have any empty possessions when you play against the Notre Dame team. So that, I would say, as a player, I would be kind of nervous.
Jasmine Williams, body on the line. Hey, when you get in for limited minutes, you find a way to make an impact.
Yep.
Considered one of the strongest leaders on the team. Strong defensively as well. As another collision, this time Jones left-handed.
I don't think that's the right time to kind of focus on that right now. But hey, if you want to do that, go for it.
Well, she was part of the Horizon all-defensive team. Okay.
She's going. All right. Yeah, we're good.
The way Missouri State's playing, that's an assist.
Missouri State's done such a nice job against this full court pressure of DePaul. The only senior on the team, Danielle Gitson, the point guard. She sets the tone.
Absolutely. She is their leader. She gets them going, and right now...
Asia Durr leading all scorers with 21. And struggles for the Michigan seniors today. Thone and Munger have a
two-guard player who can do what she does. Put the ball on the floor, shoot threes, post up.
And come in looking the way she does as a freshman, Coach. That's what's most impressive, I think. Literally just built for the SEC. And the quick hitter inside.
She can make that shot right there. That's about a shot that she's gotten comfortable with.
She's 6'7", but doesn't really post up on the block. Her game is more of the roll in a high pick and roll situation or a soft touch from the free throw line, as you saw.
Exactly.
Wilson hits the curling Smith for two. They're home floor by 40. And they got some payback in the Pac-12 championship. In the tournament game to come back and win, but after that loss to Oregon, their defense has held opponents to 53 points per game. There's Carrington.
College Station, but boy, they had to play tough down the stretch to get here.
Yep, and his point is well taken. You're not going to change who you are between the end of the regular season or conference tournament and the time now. You are who you are, and they are a good pressure defensive team. That's how they got the record they did.
Penetrate and kick to the relocated players. That's what we haven't seen much of, but when they have done that, they have found success. You can't pass it and stand. You've got to pass and relocate. You've got to penetrate and have your players relocate for you.
And defenders. Van Clunen no good. Lott with the hustle play to Blockton. And here comes Carter running with Wells. To Wells. Kayla Wells, the finish. A tough one. I want to know, is she really going to play?
Yeah.
And she's really playing, looking like her old self. But Wright State is making this one a game. down by 13. Yeah, Carter trying to make sure it's not a game.
Shot, not over-penetrate, a shot she's capable of making, and a shot she's made a million times.
So we didn't have to wonder for long where the scoring would come from. Carter right back into the game.
Now, I wouldn't be surprised to see Gary Blair kind of toy with offense-defense possessions, even at this point in the game.
Jones off the window for...
Coming up in the Northwestern Mutual halftime report, update you on the rest of the second round as Carter lets it fly. She got it again.
Year awards. And again, not spectacular in terms of the flash, but a ton of substance in Collier's game. Good ball movement as Walker finds.
They get the finish. You have Miranda Drummond who runs the floor and finishes the layup.
Shot is up and in.
Finkley has the skill. It's okay if she missed it. They can keep coming to her. It's all about getting touches. You want to get the ball inside, and then if it's not there, if the shot's not there, play through her. Pass the ball back out and reestablish your position down low.
Nice shot fake, and it draws the foul as Downey will go to the free.
The ultimate goal, winning a national championship.
Well, she is a hungry player for sure. And winning that Big Ten championship in the tournament, she was in tears after that game and couldn't speak after it because she knew the hard work that the team had put in to get to that place.
Lisa Bluter called it one of the most emotional games she has ever coached in her career.
It really was.
Thompson giving off to Callaway with 4 on the shot clock and knocks it down.
And off the ball, they're communicative. They're talking on screens.
Thompson starting to heat up and on a perfect 5 of 5 to begin this game.
Well, Stewart and Gustafson played together on a mission trip in Brazil with USA Basketball and really started connecting.
Anything fancy out here. She's gotten the ball in position, seen the floor, she got into the basket, got her pull up, free throws of course, and then she's doing all the little things.
We asked Muffet McGraw what her favorite part of Jackie Young's game was. She said rebounding, among many other things. She listed like 5 different things. Jenna Allen back in trouble. Cooks, trying to dump it up.
No one wants to leave here with any regrets. I gave it my best. That's what you want to say at the end of any game.
Cunningham with the 3 fouls, only 8 points. Porter with 4 fouls, works her way one-on-one with Gustafson and wins the
offense.
A 2-point lead for Missouri. In the second matchup of the day in the opening round, we saw Iowa survive on a backdoor cut from...
You think? Kid who reminds a lot of people of Elena Deladine. You know a lot about that kid.
Yeah, we've been very fortunate to have a player with those kind of skills.
The basketball, working the kick out. Littlefield. No, Littlefield is outside.
Kinney gets her first points. Kiki Herbert Harrigan into the game for the first time for South Carolina. Harris inside to Herbert Harrigan.
So Mackenzie Taylor with 4 points. Baker leading the way for Wright State with 7. Carter probing. Beautiful feed to Johnson. And a late whistle. And this is Vogelpohl grabbing the
basket they've seen in a while.
Well, she just attacked off of the on-ball screen. That hedge came out. She went by her, turned the corner to get to the rim.
Roy now with 4. She's attempted just 2 shots. On the back door, Henderson.
For the last 3 decades plus. And it was certainly a hallmark of that second quarter for the Scarlet Knights to take an advantage from going down 8 to at one point up 5. Garantes will draw some contact. Second meeting all time. First one came back in 1998 at the Rack and Piscataway, a Rutgers victory. Garantes, boy, the jumper looks very. 99 three-pointers made for Sierra Dillard this season, and Buffalo has its first advantage. Garantes flashing, good patience, and took the contact from. Samuelson with a heck of a pass to Walker.
A big game on Friday against Mercer. And Lisa Bluter told us at practice that Tania Davis and Kathleen Doyle didn't have their best games on Friday, but Mackenzie Meyer stepped up in a mighty way offensively.
She had all 5 threes for Iowa, matching her career high, and we get the sense in the first quarter, Christy, it's been a back-and-forth battle here between Iowa and Missouri. Cunningham looking for her second three.
Mikkel Miller, transfer from Trinity Valley Community College, which is up in the Dallas area. She actually played against the Aggies here in Reed Arena, one of those close scrimmages last season. Kayla West
against Belmont. She and Bianca Cuevas-Moore were limited against Belmont. Cuevas-Moore did not play. Dawn Staley called it a coach's decision, said she would play today, and that Herbert Harrigan would play today. We see Herbert Harrigan out here in the first quarter.
I mean, great half for Herbert Harrigan coming off of that coach's decision. 5 points and only 10 minutes of action. But for for South Carolina to get a win today, Herbert Harrigan needs to be big down low for them.
Excellent shot blocker, Woolfolk.
But she thought that Gabrielle Cooper was going to go down on the wing a little bit as she drove, and she wasn't there.
It's the fourth turnover for the Aussie, who's going for the steal right now. Good defense.
And one thing Coach Q from Syracuse always says to his team is hands. He wants their hands to be out. It makes a huge difference, especially when I used to go against the zone. I'm timid to pass because I don't want it to be a turnover.
The shot clock was down to 2.
So one thing we can look for Fordham is the windows and the opportunities that they're going to have to score. They're rare, just like that one. Backdoor cuts, you don't get that often.
Point play, Syracuse now leads 46-34. Winner of this moves on to face South Dakota State Monday night. South Dakota State ending the 21-game win streak of Quinnipiac earlier today. That game actually started this morning here in Syracuse. Nothing but net for Caitlin.
Stepped in front of Gustafson to get the rebound. One of the things you pointed out yesterday, Pam, was that Megan Gustafson could reach 1,000 points in a season. She needed 49 coming into this game. She's got 21 tonight. That's why I got you. You do the math. Write down the math.
3-ball. 9 with both Hillman and Robbins in the game. Then they lost that lead when they were out, and now looking to build it back up with them both back in the game. The flash by Hillman. Oh, they gave her some space. She'll take it. And draws the foul.
You see all the players really on both teams with 2 early fouls. And now back out with a full complement of players to start the third quarter of action. And Macy Morris